Hello, good morning Year 6, welcome back to another virtual maths lesson, where today we are going to be looking at division word problems. Now, your success criteria is here, okay, and this is what we're aiming to do, but as always, before we get started today, I need your brain warmed up. So, there's a Kahoot challenge here. We are looking at Year 6 and Year 7 mathematics there. So, yesterday's winner was Nicole, so well done Nicole. See if you can go and beat her. Anyone who completes the Kahoot challenge today will get themselves a dojo, or dojos if I'm feeling generous. The code is here, the link is on your daily task sheet. Go and have a go at it, okay? See how well you can do. Earn yourself some dojos for having a go. When you've done that, come back to this video and watch the rest of it. Okay then. Well done if you have completed that challenge. Let's go on to this question now that our brains are warmed up and ready. Martin the florist is making up bunches of 15 roses. He has 1,250 roses in stock. How many bunches can he make? So that means that any remainder is no good to me. I don't need to worry about the remainder. I just need my main part of the answer, okay? Pause the video, work out the important information, and have a go at solving this yourself. Can you get the correct answer? Okay, so pause the video now and have a go at this. Okay then, let's have a look. The important information in here. His name doesn't really matter. It could be Martin, it could be Yassine, it could be Matvey, it doesn't matter, okay? That's not important. But what is important is that he is making bunches with 15 roses. It's also important how many roses he has, which is 1,250. And of course, my question, what I'm answering, how many can he make? So, what you should have done now, okay, is drawn out whatever method that you are using. Now, I'm going to use my trusty bus stop method, but again, use whatever method gets you the correct answer. If it gets you the correct answer and it is quick, that is fine by me. So I'm going to do 1,250, and that is being divided by 15, okay? Divided by 15 is not always the easiest one, so if you need any help, what could you do? Of course, you could write down that times table down the sides. So I will write down my 15 times table here. I will just fit it on at the bottom, and there it is, okay? So now I can start to work it out. 1 divided by 15 can't be done as an equal whole number, okay? So I'm going to move my 1 across. 12 divided by 15 still can't be done equally. So that's a 0, and my 12 now moves across here, giving me 125. Okay, let's have a little look at this here. 125 is down here between the 120 and 135, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So 8 whole, okay? And what is left over? 120 to 125, that leaves me with 5, okay? Remainder of 5. 125 divided by 15 is 8, remainder 5. So I've now got 50. Okay then, 50 divided by 15, well 50 is between 45 and 60, so it's 1, 2 and 3. So it's 3 with a remainder, okay, from 45 to 50 with a remainder of 5, or 5/15, which simplifies down to 1/3, or if you know that's a decimal place, would be 0.33, okay? Now, none of this really matters to me because this is not making a whole bunch of flowers. So how many full bunches can he make? Martin can make 83 bunches of flowers. And there we go. Martin can make 83 bunches of flowers. I've answered it, my mathematics is there, done, okay? And if I was to times 83 by 15, I should get close enough to here, obviously with 5 left over. So you could check that by using the multiplication. Again, a top tip, especially when it's coming down to your tests and your SATs, if you're ever stuck with a division, write down what you're dividing by as a multiplication table, and that could help you work your way through. Okay then, let's look at question number 2. A 9-meter piece of ribbon is divided into 24 equal lengths to tie around bunches, okay? What is the exact length of each piece? Now, you've got a few little tricky parts here. You've got the 9-meter piece of ribbon, okay? and it's being divided into 24 equal parts. That's the easy part, but 9 divided by 24 is going to give me 0.0 something, okay? So what I would highly advise when you're working with something like this, change it into centimetres. 9 metres divided by 24 is quite clearly going to be 0 point something. So get it into the hundreds, okay? So I'm going to change this 9 metres here. I know that 9 metres is 900 centimetres. And that just might make it a little bit easier to work out. So I've got 900 centimetres, okay? And I'm dividing that into 24 equal parts. So I know that I'm going to be dividing by 24. Okay then, so 24. How many times does that go into 900? And that will tell me how long each piece of ribbon is. And that is the question that I'm answering. What is the exact length of each piece? So, if you're struggling, the first thing to do is write down that multiplication table. 24, 48, 72, 96, and you keep going and going and going, okay? So after 96, I'll be left with 120, 144, 168. Keep going and keep going all the way up to the times by 9, okay? That'll give me 192, 216, and of course, it'll be 240. So I'm going up to times by 9, okay? Any further, that means that you would have gone wrong. If you get a number bigger than this, bigger than times 10, you would have gone wrong somewhere. Okay then, I am now ready to solve it. Can you pause the video and have a go at solving this yourself? What is the exact length of each piece of ribbon? Okay then, hopefully you've had a go at this now. Now, 9 divided by 24 can't be done equally, okay, without a decimal place. So it's 0, and my 9 moves across. I now have 90. 90 divided by 24. Well, 90 comes between here. It's bigger than 72, less than 96. So it's here. So it's 1, 2, and 3. So it's 3 whole ones. That gets into 72. And 72 to 90 for my remainder is a remainder of 18. Okay then. Next part. 180 divided by 24. Okay. So 180, well, that's going to be down here. Okay then. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So it's 7. Okay then. And that leaves me with a remainder from 168 to 180, a remainder of 12. Remainder 12. Now, that's no good. When I want an exact measurement, a remainder of 12 is no good for me. I'm going to have to put it into a fraction or most likely a decimal place. Now, there's different ways you could do this. I could go, right, remainder 12. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I am going to take that out, put it in my decimal place, put my 2 zeros, and I'll put my remainder 12, leaving me with 120. 120 divided by 24. Perfect. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. There we go, there's nothing left. All done. So my answer, how long is each piece of ribbon? Well, each piece of ribbon is 37.5 centimetres long. And there is my answer. Now, this is one way of getting the decimal place. Another way you may have thought of, okay, is that I was left with a remainder of 12. I was left with 37 remainder 12. But if I put it into a fraction, that would be 37 and 12 over 24. Hold on. 12 over 24 simplifies down. It simplifies down to 1/2. And what is 1/2 as a fraction? Sorry, as a decimal, is of course 0.5. So there's two different ways you could have gone about that, okay? And there we go. Division done for today. So, your tasks. Squares and triangles, you have got 2 sheets. You'll see them labelled for you. There's 2 sheets, 2 each for squares and triangles. Answer those questions, and again, if you want me to mark them, send me a photograph and I will mark them for you. Otherwise, answers will come at the end of the day. Circles, you have got 1 sheet today. Okay, answer your questions. Again, if you want me to mark them, send them to me and I will mark them for you. Otherwise, answers at the end of the day. There are some activities on Study Ladder for you to complete, so have a go at them if you want an extra little challenge. Otherwise, I look forward to speaking to you this morning in your daily Skype session. Thank you very much, Year 6. Have a wonderful session and I will speak to you soon.